Good morning, Hounds. My name is Michael, and now welcome to the Tuesday, February 15th edition of Scotty News. It is a great day to be here at Highlands. This is going to be an extra large edition of Scotty News, but we hope you will stay for the whole thing. Today we bring to you the story of Claudette Colvin, a teenager that stood up for what she believed in. Here's our very own Community and Schools advocate, Miss Nellie Cardenas, to tell us more.
Hi, I am Miss Nellie, CIS Site Coordinator here at Highlands. In honor of Black History Month, I would like to introduce you to Claudette Colvin. Claudette Colvin was an early activist in the civil rights movement in Alabama. Most of you have heard about Rosa Parks, but did you know a teenager stood up to segregation before her? 9 months before Rosa Parks refused to give up her bus seat to a white woman, Claudette Colvin did the same. At the young age of 15, Colvin was later arrested. Violating the city's segregation laws were among the many charges leveled against her. Colvin later told Newsweek, "I felt like Sojourner Truth was pushing down on one shoulder and Harriet Tubman was pushing down on the other," saying, "Sit down, girl. I was glued."
First, often those that went first are not mentioned in history. Now you know it wasn't Rosa Parks who wouldn't move first. Community and Schools is having a weekly raffle for everyone who has perfect attendance. So if you like ice cream, then this is just for you. This week's winner is Michaela Dean, 7th grader. She was selected out of 322 students who had 0 tardies and 0 absences. Have you ordered your yearbook yet? It's only $25 and they are limited, so buy yours today. After school today, be sure to go to the 8th grade hall to purchase slushies and meat sticks. Slushies are only $1 for a small or $1.50 for a large. PBIS stores are open. What is the best thing that you have purchased with your points? Keep doing the right thing and earning those points. Tons of stores are available to you. Check them out today. And this month, we will be sharing with you positive quotes from influential Black Americans. Today's quote is from James Earl Jones, actor and voice of Darth Vader. "One of the hardest things in life is having words in your heart that you can't utter." You can check out these books and other books of inspirational Black Americans by going to the library today. Today we have a special edition of Web News. Here's Miss Pacino and Ethan Rodriguez sharing with us what No One Eats Alone is all about. Sit back and learn all about Lili and her influence on this day.
Hi, I'm Ms. Pacino, the Web Advisor. On February 18, 2022, this Friday, web leaders are putting together No One Eats Alone Day. What is No One Eats Alone Day? No One Eats Alone Day is a lunchtime school event which seeks to reverse the trend of social isolation by asking students to engage in a simple act of kindness at lunch. Make sure that no one eats alone. Web will be leading several activities, giving out prizes for participation, and selling popcorn for $1 at lunchtime. Don't forget, bring your dollar on Friday. We hope you will get involved. Here's a message from your web leaders.
Be sharing. Hello, I'm Ethan Rodriguez, and I'm one of your web leaders. Today I'm going to be sharing Lili's story. No One Eats Alone Day was born out of a middle school girl's experience of social isolation that transformed into a force for change. Lily Rachel Smith was a foodie fashionista, animal lover, and had a laugh that drew people to her. She was also born with a rare craniofacial anomaly, somewhat like Augie in the book Wonder. In elementary school, Lily was part of a fun, active group of friends, but then things changed. In middle school, Lily experienced painful social isolation. Back then, her parents didn't have any words to describe what was happening to Lily. She wasn't being bullied, she felt invisible, disconnected, and separated from her peers. Lily had a passion for life and advocating for social change. It came naturally to her. She was born curious about everyone's experience of how they fit in or not, and how they develop leadership skills to influence others. She wanted to know everything in detail. Thankfully, teachers helped her nurture this passion, and so she did. Family friends she had outside of school, those people made her feel accepted and seen. Sadly, Lily passed away from her medical complications due to her condition when she was 15 and a half years old. After death, After her death, Lily's classmates learned about the painful social isolation she felt in middle school. Her story inspired them to come together.
Take a moment to reflect on Lily's story. Lily's story has been influential across the nation. Why do you think it resonates with so many people? How has telling Lily's story enabled others to tell their own stories? And why do you think it's important to talk about experiences of social isolation and loneliness at school? Lily's story teaches us that we all have a story. It also teaches us how powerful that our story can be. We each have the power to learn each other's stories, find common ground, make connections, and create communities where everybody belongs.
All I want is somewhere far away from the moonlight air, with one enormous chair. Oh, lovely, someone there resting on my knee, warm and tender as they can be. Who times would care of me? Oh, very lovely,
Lily woke up with a smile on her face every day. Lily was the happiest baby in spite of all of her challenges and all that we knew was in front of her. There really wasn't a day that went by that Lily just didn't wake up happy.
My favorite thing about Lily was her smile, just because it could bring your worst day to your best day.
Given my dad's job, we're around a lot of powerful people and powerful politicians and people that anyone would be phased just sitting in a room with, and she couldn't have cared less. It could have been, it was like she was talking to me.
Fearless would be the best word to describe her, and then just also lovable. She was just so fun.
I mean, what family can say that middle school age dinner you're going to have interesting conversation? But when Lily was there, we did.
She just had so much life to her, and she was just a good person overall. She just had appreciation for the littlest things.
She was so strong, and it was hard to think of her as being as young as she was, because she was so mature.
Whatever personal challenges that she had, she never gave up thinking about the needs of other people.
Lily went from being a happy-go-lucky kid to finding herself on the outs with her peer group, and I don't think she knew what hit her. Party invitations stopped happening, the sleepovers stopped happening, the after-school get-togethers stopped happening.
I could tell that it was hard for her, that there were some people that really weren't really, accepting her.
I would often get phone calls at work where she was calling me from the girls' bathroom saying, "Mommy, I just finished eating my lunch and I've only used up 5 minutes of lunchtime. Now what do I do for the rest of the 45 minutes?
As a parent, it's hard because you don't know what you can do. I mean, you want to fix it. We all do.
So the decision to leave Kent Middle School was very difficult for us, but we did it because Lily's voice needed to be heard. She was only 13 years old, and I finally turned to my husband Ace and I said, "Ace, we need to listen to this kid. She knows what she needs."
When she came to me, she was clearly completely trapped. She didn't feel comfortable being outside of the house. She felt comfortable around adults.
She had it made up in her mind that she couldn't do things. Maybe other teachers, maybe other kids at school, for whatever reasons, she didn't think that she could do things that she could.
I just saw the person that's there, and that's all that Lily was asking for, to just be seen for who she was.
Somewhere after a few months, it started to click that I can do stuff. You start little and the confidence starts to build, and she really blossomed.
I think we would say that we were there for her, like she was there for us.
At the other bat mitzvahs, I tried to dance with the people who they were for and stuff like that. But I could really tell that it meant a lot to Lili.
She called me her companion the first time, and of course, that's like making me 90. And I said, no, we're just buddies. And that's what we settled on, that we were buddies. I was happy to do things with Lili. And so that's how we got started. We took Fridays from then on, and we did different things.
I think I gave Lili a sense that over the course of your life, whatever it is you're doing, you can find a place and a way to change the world a little bit. And it may or may not be about what you're personally enduring.
I was there for her, and I was friendship. I gave her friendship.
She began to think about the possibility of leaving home and going to a boarding school. Frankly, I was crushed. I wasn't really anxious for her to go away, but I loved the enthusiasm that she was showing and the initiative that she might actually be brave enough to leave home and to go away. Lili chose Scattergood because I can sense from the moment she stepped on their campus, she felt that this was a place that she could belong to and that would be inclusive of not only her, but of her values and the yearning that she had to be part of a community.
She didn't find friends, her friends found her, and that's what was so great about it.
You don't have to have physical disabilities. You don't have to have Asperger's or anything like that. There's kids out there that need somebody to say hi to, and I think it's our responsibility of adults to see it.
I think we need to have activities and programs in schools designed to say, yes, we're different, and that's okay. Let's celebrate our differences and not exclude people because of their differences.
You have to teach the adults to be conscious what it feels like to be that kid.
And that instead of looking at where we're different, we could look at where we're the same and find where we're the same is really in our hearts.
God makes each one of us different, and we have to be proud of who we are, and what we are, and know that we have something that we can contribute to the world and to society.
I think the more people that you can collaborate with to bring things together, to create environments of inclusion, to show kids that being the better, bigger person, to include and to be kind to each other, is ultimately a more rewarding path in life.
Beyond Differences grew out of Lili's life and not from Lili's death. And it became pretty clear to us that there was a continual need or desire to have a conversation about Lili and about all the miraculous lessons and love that she left behind.
It's our job to carry on her mission, and it's our job to go out and help people in the same way that Lili did and, did every day. It's not, a big career goal that we have. It's an everyday challenge. And, we lost a great leader, and I think we have to pick up the slack for her in her memory.
Sometime in our lives, we all have pain, we all have sorrows, but if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow.
Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on.
Now that you know more about Friday, I hope you are planning now to make a difference in someone's life. Thank you for watching Sky News. Gracias por ver.